Okay, how annoying is that? I was recording, well, it was the second time I started to record. The dog was giving it rocks, went to see the dog. As I was walking back out, I hadn't been recording, and I was quite a bit way into the video as well. Anyway, we're on, what are we? Wednesday morning, and it is, because there's a clock over there, 5 to 12. It was quarter to 12 when I started to do the first video. Anyway, I did a big garden, a makeover, let's call it a makeover, why not? I rearranged all the garden yesterday. Now, I was talking to hubby in the car on Monday night because there's a few things going on. With garden, I mean, as you know, you have to maintain the garden. It doesn't just do itself, unless you've got a wild garden. Anyway, got a couple of issues going on, and I said to him at the weekend, I think we need to do such and such, all right? So yesterday afternoon, I started doing such and such. Oh my God, I was dripping with sweat. I really was. Even though the sun wasn't blazing like couple of days before. I didn't realise still how hot it was. Anyway, one of the biggest... Now, if you go back a couple of videos, I did a garden tour. A front garden tour. I still haven't done the back one. Beg your pardon. Back garden tour. I still haven't done the front garden tour, as I said I would. So, if you go back there, you'll see what it was like before. Now, the big issue, I'll turn it round, the big issue was in that corner. The main issue was in that corner. In that corner, we had a tree mallow. Lavertra tree mallow, I think that's how you pronounce it. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, it had been in there for about 5 years, and really big. They do grow very fast, and they grow very big. And we've had them in a previous garden before. Problem is they get so heavy that if it rains, it can pretty much, the weight of the rain makes the whole thing drop. Problem is with that one, it actually snapped. All right, so it was partly still attached, and there was still other bits attached, but I knew looking at it, and I said to hubby, I don't think we've never seen one like it. It's never been that bad before. So I said, we're going to have to do something about it. So yesterday I started to, I'll take you over in a second. Yesterday I started to cut it back, and I thought, right, well, we'll just take the front, sort of front, and go in a bit. I ended up taking the whole thing off, apart from the main tree stump. It just came away like butter. It really did. Very, very fragile. But the bit that I've left, it's got a few shoots on it, which look really quite healthy. So we're going to just we're going to wait and see what happens this year with it. We have got the other one down at the bottom, which I showed on the last video. I'll go down and show you in a minute. And we'll probably put that in there as well. Now, I've moved a couple of trees and a couple of plants over there just to fill that corner. Right, so I'll take you over and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This here, I got that, or we got that for free on Marketplace. Picked it up on Friday night, and Saturday, my husband actually got sunburn on his neck with blisters, because he was in the full sun the whole time. I was in and out, and I think we paid, like I say, we didn't pay anything, but by the time we bought that little swing, because it had a baby swing, that was £8, plus we replaced some bolts, and we got some anchor hooks, I think about £25 for that. So anyway, back to this. Right, so You can see the size of the corner it took up. I'm going to do this. Now, mind I'm on my iPhone, my iPad here, so it's going to shake around a bit. That's the corner. See if I can come back, you'll see the size of the corner. Right, so in the middle there, where are you? There, that's the bit that's left. That main bit right there is where the main snap was. That bit there I took off, and it was just not doing well at all. Okay, anybody who's on my Facebook will see pictures on Facebook of it. So we're just going to see what happens, see what develops. It's still really, really wobbly in there. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to get some soil and cover it in soil. Plus we're going to get a stake and stake it up. Because, let's see if I can stand on here. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Where is it? This is how fragile it is. It's so wet. We watch this bit. Where are you? Watch this will snap off. No, actually I don't want to snap that bit off because that one's got a shoot on it. Right, so anyway, ouch. Now, across there where those chairs are, I've got to remember to try and do this slow, we had these 2 pear trees. The pear trees, we got 2 for £12 in B&M a couple months ago. They're actually growing really well. Apart from the leaves, some of the leaves are getting quite yellowy, some are a bit dark. Now, I've looked that up, and that could be, there's a few things, but it could be down to being too much sun. I've got some... Right. Anyway, I was just reading something on the screen. So they're there just now to see what happens to those. That, I think I said in the last video, we have to repot that. That's just done for the season. And that, I don't know if we're going to pot it or plant it. One or other. Okay, the rest of the garden is... Well, the rest of this side of the garden is just as it was. So I've not touched any of this. Some of them need to be repotted. Those have grown so much. Unbelievable how much they've grown. I've got 3 of them. So, all good. All good. There's the other tree mallow there, ready to go. So we'll probably put that in that corner. That's the lilac, done for the season. Now over here, we have a plum tree. Well, according to my son-in-law's app, it's a plum tree, and according to my daughter's app, it is a plum tree. The app that my husband used, there's quite a bit of fruit on it. Look at this. According, there's more there. Wow. And there's some up there. Look at that. There's definitely some there. Alright, I'd have to know for definite this was plum. Anyway, when I looked it up, and I said it on my last video, I said I couldn't remember what it was called when my husband put his checked it on his app, but it was potentially could be poisonous to animals and hazardous to humans. Anyway, all this bit here had growth. Okay, so yesterday I took all that growth off because I kept looking at it. I thought, well, it just doesn't look like a tree. Now it looks like a tree. So I chopped that one down. No, I did this one first actually. I think because I did this one first, I was kind of in the mood then. Well, yeah, it's hard to see because I've got the sun going on. So that's all gone. So then I moved the bench to here. There's a reason for putting the bench there. Do you know, I'm going to sit down again. There's a reason for putting the bench there. Our grandson hasn't worked out yet but he can walk. He still runs. So he comes flying from the garden across here. He's going on 3 now, and we've got the steps. I just don't want him to fall. So the thought of him falling is just, whew. Anyway, let's get that out of my head. So I put the bench there, so he will have to slow down as he's coming towards the patio and the door. The water has just switched off again. Couldn't send it back because hubby had put the packaging in the bin, but it's been working more than it hasn't been working now. These pots were kind of in a bunch here, but I've straightened them, so we've just got one long line of pots. That there is the same as the 2 big ones at the back, though does look slightly different, but this one is more established. That one we got in the garden centre. I can't remember how much we paid for. No, we got them all in the garden centre, big garden. But this one had all the yellow flowers, and it was absolutely amazing. But it looks different, so I think we'll get the app out and have a look. So that's really it, really. And then I've moved the chairs. Hold on. No, I've put those there. The bench was at an angle there with the pear trees at each corner. So all in all, I'm really happy with it. And I like the way that it kind of closes off the patio a little bit. Makes it a nice kind of quite snuggy, I think. Why are you not working? Come on, stop messing around. I mean, it's up there on the fence now, so I don't know why it's not working. Come on. Oops, easy. No, okay, not playing. So that's that was the garden yesterday. This is something. These are another 2 we want to move. That apple tree, as I said, we got it from our son. We gave it to our son for his birthday 1 year, and when they moved, we brought it here. It's really not done very well. We've had that for 3 years in there. And then the Acer was in a pot, and it was absolutely lovely. It was thriving in the pot, but we thought it's getting too big for the pot, so we moved it. We moved it here, was it last year? And it's just not done well at all there. I don't know what this particular corner is. The thing is, any rain, because we're on a slope, any rain should actually run down and it should catch the rain. I don't know why it's doing it like this. I don't know. All the growth there, as I showed on the other video, that was all put in at the same time as the one on the back fence. So that's got to be something to do with the direction of the sun most of the time, I reckon. I've been covering up the Oops. Right, well maybe later I might do the front garden. I said that 2 weeks ago, didn't I? Oh, there we go. There we go. Right, we're back on. We're back on. Good. This temperature, what is it at now? 29 it says. Not 29, surely not. Could be. That was up at, that there was up at 38 on Monday. Yes. 38. Hey. table. That's our God. I'm just swinging on the swing right now. The sails, they were a great buy. Really, really good. Because as I said in my last video, we're pretty much window-wise. That covers the window there. But the problem is, the windows across there weren't really covered. So we had put a sail up, not for the window at that point, just to put a sail up to get a bit of shade. And then I thought a second shade sail hanging down would be perfect. And that's it. Okay. Those covers there all came with that set there. So did a parasol, but it got caught in the wind and went flying. And it was one of the big, heavy parasols that matched that. And this year, oh, I can't remember, we lost one of the chairs over the back to the neighbour, smashed against their wall, way over there. So I had all the covers and placemats and whatever. So, right, so that's it. And then, doggy, you're going to get too hot sitting there. Ow, yeah, you're going to get hot. So I'm just going to sit for a couple of minutes like this. And we'll listen to the water.